bumblebee and with another wasps and another bees. They're sitting in different cages, and we will be watching today bumblebees, bees, wasps and parasitoids from Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. I'm Victor Furso, this is my channel, and I can open the lid of the cage to show you bumblebee, and we can be talking about behavior of bees, bumblebees, wasps and parasitoids. So this is not very small bumblebee, this is a huge bumblebee. To be precise, very huge, because this is a queen. This is a queen which is feeding on honey. Definitely honey is from beehive of honeybees. This is not honey of bumblebee, because bumblebee is collecting honey, but in very small quantities. But this one is licking honey very successfully, very happy about it, because I have found this bumblebee on flower near my apartment, and I decided to show it for you because not too many insects, not too many bees and wasps around, but I have found some of them, and today I will be showing you bumblebees, bees, wasps and even parasitoids. We can be talking about social wasps, social bees, about solitary bees and social bees. So what are differences between predators, what are differences between phytophagous insects, and what are differences between predators and parasitoids? Who are parasitoids, who are predators? And of course bumblebee is a phytophagous insect. So this is a great pollinator. We're observing how queen of bumblebee, Bombus terrestris, round bumblebee, is licking just a drop of honey. This is drop of honey. She's licking with her tongue. You see the head on the upward with antennae and very long tongue. Tongue is licking honey. She's very happy about that. Found this drop of honey, because not many flowers around. Actually, because autumn time, all flowers are fallen down, are already dried, by the way. Only a few flowers are just flowering now in blossom in Kyiv, especially near apartments. Only in some places in the center of the city we can find some field areas, courtyards with flowers. Usually not many people are planting flowers, especially in autumn time. Here we have different insect. You see here I have another one. This is not bumblebee, this is a caterpillar. This is caterpillar, I guess, of night moth, nocturnal moth, Noctuidae family. Why she's here, I can explain you later, because I have a wasp which is hunting on caterpillars, and we are watching just now bumblebee still when she is able to lick honey. When she's finishing, she becomes very active. Why she is queen? So it's quite easy to recognize that this is queen, because her huge size, about 2 centimeters. Yes, about 2 centimeters size. Quite a long one, fat one, and big one. And I'm guessing that this is unfertilized queen, because usually when queen of bumblebee have been mated, she's immediately going to hibernate, hide somewhere underground. If she didn't mate, she's flying around, searching maybe for some males who can be coming around. Best greetings to Arizona, best greetings to our visitors who are visiting us from other countries, my best greetings. We're translating this video from Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. It's evening time, about 7 p.m. 8 p.m. already. I'm showing queen of Bombus terrestris, round bumblebee. Why she's queen also, we can see her hind legs with shining surface. This is very important shining surface on femora, which means that this is queen. She is able to collect pollen on her hind legs. If she would have just hairy hind legs, it would be another genus, cuckoo bumblebee. Cuckoo bumblebee is not very common actually, but it's possible to collect it, even especially now. But now you can collect big bumblebee queens, which are expecting to be going to hibernate. So this one is not hibernating yet, so she didn't mate. She has not been made yet. That's why she is flying around searching for her mate, for her drones of some colonies. But I'm not quite sure that it's possible to find some drones because there's a scarcity of flowers. I have some another bees and another wasps in other cages to show you. This is just the beginning to show you Bumblebee, one of our artists for today. And this artist is not sitting in the closed cage. I just opened the lid. I can show you the lid. You see, this is a lid. It's completely open, so I'm showing it. I'm showing her just openly. She's not scared too much. She's happy to lick honey. So always, if you can find, surprisingly sometimes, bumblebee somewhere in your house, in your apartment, when bumblebee is flying, you can put it in the cage or just a jar and feed bumblebee with honey. Even you can put bumblebee on your finger, on your palm, and bumblebee is not aggressive. Bumblebee is mostly afraid of humans. You see how she's afraid of my movement. If she will be trying to escape, I will need to use the lid. She's opening mandibles, her mouth parts, for self-protection, and usually bumblebee is not attacking immediately. Bumblebee is just falling down on her back to show aggression, to show I will be protecting myself. This is a special behavior of bumblebees, not immediately coming to sting you. I'm here just in 20 centimeters nearby. Usually bumblebee is just falling down on back and then showing I have a sting. I can sting you. Be careful, you can afraid of me and I will escape. She's using her tongue, licking very successfully honey. And her size is quite big, about 2 centimeters. Actually, queen should make a new colony in springtime, in early springtime. And now it's time for hibernation. Even just if autumn is dry, hot, or just rainy, it's no matter of temperature and just humidity. The most important for queen bumblebee is mating. To meet the male, to mate, and then after that, queen is hiding somewhere beneath the ground, especially making a small cavity and hibernating for more than 4 months till the early spring in March and April, when first flowers will be blossoming maybe in March and April, and will be sunshine periodically. Bumblebee is hairy, usually can survive in cold temperature in springtime, and maybe it's also helping her to hibernate in very difficult conditions underground in cavities. It's quite rare case to find bumblebee mating in natural situation, but I have seen once, a couple times, mating queen and male drone just sitting on plants all together and mating. They were flying somewhere and they fell down from flowers and were sitting and mating on just on the stem of flowers, or sometimes even on the road, on the ground road. Some people are cultivating bumblebees. I guess that this is a ground bumblebee, Bombus terrestris, the common one, the commonest one. So the size is quite a big one, so that's why I can easily show you on full screen. I cannot touch her because she's becoming nervous, and when she will feed, she will be trying to escape and will be moving very quickly. For that, I have a lid to close the jar, so that's why I'm trying to be careful. There are some flowers like this one with very special flowers, flowering in autumn time usually, and usually I'm collecting some small wasps and very interesting bees on these flowers, especially in September, in October. And now this is a period time to collect some wasps and bees on this kind of flower. You see, with fat leaves and very special flowers. Sometimes workers of bumblebees are very small. We have very small size workers. The first worker which appeared in the bumblebee nest are very small. I have seen them on flowers in early spring, not in early spring, in early summer. First workers are very small. They're nearly the same size as honeybees. Very tiny. You can think that these are solitary bees. No, these are worker bees, but just first. Yes, here one special caterpillar. I know she's sitting here. Caterpillar, this is a host of one wasp, which I'll show you later. And I gave her some flowers. Maybe she will be feeding on them. She escaped from some flowers which I have collected for this video. She was sitting somewhere on flowers, that's why she's all together. Yes, she's coming. Caterpillar is probably family Noctuidae. I guess she's trying to feed on some plants. I'm not quite sure about her host plant, but I suppose that this is Noctuidae, night moth, Noctuidae family. We have our visitors which have visited us before, Cain and Fair. We had these visitors before. Thank you for new coming. Last time I made a stream with my praying mantis and wasps in midnight, so many people were coming to watch my praying mantis. Today I have praying mantis too. Maybe this will be second stream after this one. But I have a bunch of cages with different wasps and bees. So the beginning, this is story about bumblebees. So you know that bumblebees are making nest in early spring. They are solitary in the beginning because colonies started from the single queen. But single queen is making a special colony altogether, which consists workers, different sizes and several generations. And then some drones and some queens are coming, emerging in August, in September, and late summer, early autumn. No, this is a female. You can see here, this is a big one. And this is female. This is not a question of magnification. This bumblebee is really big, about 2 centimeters. So this is a worker. No, this is not a worker, this is a queen. This is definitely queen, the biggest size. I'm quite sure that this is queen. And usually workers are very busy on flowers, but this one was a little bit lazy. Someone is coming as Chukroshvishli. Are you from what country are you coming from? Are you from Sweden or not? From another country, I'm not sure. Or from India? Da Chukro. Yes, huge one. We can make some movement. I must be careful too. Oh. I can show you the caterpillar. Caterpillar is searching also for place, maybe for new food. She's not happy about this one. Probably this is not host plant. We can try to communicate with our bumblebee. I'm quite sure bumblebee will not be very happy. But let's see. What are you doing? What are you doing? Show your behavior. I also want to eat some honey. Show your tongue. You see so hairy legs. Hairy legs and shining hind legs. This is Bombus terrestris. From Hungary, yes. Yes, right, I remember you. You are from Hungary. So we have visitors now from Hungary, from United States, and I'm sure from other countries. People can write in comments if you are new. Follow write your home country to show some kind of feedback. So you see, this is hind legs which are shining. This is special adaptation. Special place for collecting honey on hind legs. As I told before, this type of legs are special for queens and for workers, and only drones have hairy hind legs, and also species of genus Psiterius, cuckoo bumblebees, they have hairy hind legs. I have collected in my collection all time in university some Psiterius, and I was surprised why bumblebees had some hairy hind legs, but I identified that these were Psiterius, cuckoo bumblebees. But this is Bombus. Caterpillar is playing some games. When she was sitting in the cage for the first 5 minutes, she was very angry to be inside. But now she is a little bit relaxed, because she was fed with honey. Our caterpillar is moving around. Okay. It's time to show you some another bees and wasps. So I close the lid. No caterpillar. Probably I will put caterpillar back. Caterpillar escaped from the cage, so I need to put it back. She's very active. Okay, our bumblebee is happy with flowers and with honey. Now we have second cage with small bees. I showed them once in separate stream. Wait a minute. It's funny to show the bumblebee. Especially very interesting to show without lid. An open cage. Because quality is better. Do you like bumblebees? Do you like bees? Majority of people enjoy to say, I love bumblebees. So you can feed bumblebee quite easily. Because bumblebee is not aggressive, she's really afraid of you. So you don't need to be afraid of bumblebee. After feeding, queen became more active, even as trying to search for nectar and flowers. No, honey is more profitable. Better to collect honey. Okay, some other bees are coming. Some other bees and some tiny wasps as well. We are sitting here in this tiny cage. Cage is closed. This is bars of bumblebee. And just try to open the lid. So you can see here different wild bees and wild solitary wasps. I showed them in one stream. Wasps belonging to family Crabronidae, to genus Cerceris. Weevil wasps hunting on weevils. They're very small. The biggest one is about maybe 1 centimeter. Bees are partially eusocial because they belong to family of sweet bees, Halictidae, but they're wild bees. And small wasps, also small Cerceris, weevil wasps, hunting on very tiny weevils of family Curculionidae. I have here most active big wasp is more active. And who is this very tiny insect? Actually, the tiny insects here, this is a male of ant of Formicidae family. So this is predaceous insect, Formicidae. Now it's in autumn time. We have some males of ants. Okay, what is your home country? Write in comment. And these are tiny, not tiny, these are quite a big Halictidae, sweet bees. Some sweet bees of family Halictidae are very small, but this one little bit less, maybe twice smaller than honeybees. I can show you honeybees later, because I have another cage with honeybees. Unfortunately, honeybee is not surviving. But with wasps, which are crowding in another cage. You see, wasp is very heavy to lick honey. I guess this is a family Crabronidae sand bees. Crabronidae digger bees. Sorry, digger bees of Crabronidae. And I'm preliminarily expecting this is Cerceris Weevil wasp hunting on beetles. Here I have some tiny beetles. They were prey of these wasps. This is Formicidae. This is Halictidae sweet bees. And this is Crabronidae. And this wasp is one of smallest here. This one is smallest here is this one. About 8 millimeters. Another one 12 millimeters. This is how big is the bee and how small is the wasp. This is predaceous wasp. Predaceous wasp of family Crabronidae. I opened the lid just for better quality, so you can recognize the bee. And this is a weevil, which is developing on malva flowers. And here I have also cuckoo wasp, tiny cuckoo wasp. I show you family Sphecidae, cuckoo wasp, shining green and shining red colors. And this is Cerceris wasp with tiny prey. This tiny wasp is predaceous on tiny weevils. You can recognize the size of wasp is very small, and size of prey is small as well. So this is Cerceris, this is Crabronidae, or Crabronidae family. This is Weevil, this is cuckoo bee, or cuckoo wasp family Sphecidae, and this is sweet bee, about 10 millimeters size. We are watching them just in the cage with open lid to show you better structures. And we are not very active, fortunately, so we are not escaping. We have here a small drone of ants. This is Formicidae, just Formicidae ants. I'm not going to kill them, I'm just observing them, and we can release them in morning time. This is sweet bee. This is tiny Weevil wasp, which is hiding under the flower. You see, this is marble weevil. And we have some flowers to feed them, and we have some honey to feed them as well. What country are you coming from, my dear friends, dear visitors? Write in comments what is your home country. I am showing you just wild solitary bees and wild social bees. These bees are not home bees, these are not honeybees. These are wild bees of family Halictidae, or sweet bees. We are making small colonies underground. We are living underground in special cavities and holes, making some tubes, tunnels underground, collecting pollen and nectar. We are not harvesting nectar to make honey. We are not honeybees. So you see our structures are very different from honeybees, and we are smaller than honeybees. We are living underground. Hello Bogdan, what is your home city, Bogdan, from Ukraine? Are you from Ukraine? Hello to my friend and visitor from England. Bogdan, what is your home city? What city are you coming from? Ivano-Frankivsk, yes, well, great pleasure. It's fun to observe insects just on screen on your smartphone, and now we have technology to show you insects online. I'm just showing you insects online, just in the cage with bees and wasps. This is a wasp of genus Cerceris, Weevil wasp, and sweet bee of family Halictidae. Not solitary bees, but partially social bees with some castes. We may have some queens in colony, and we can exchange by workers in some colonies. We are living in aggregations, in clusters, but we are not living in such strongly differentiated colony like honeybees. We have different castes with workers. We are making usually aggregations and interexchange by queens and interexchange by workers. But there are a lot of different types of sociality for sweet bees. This is a special evolution of our sociality, how bees developed their social behavior from solitary, when making harvesting pollen and honey and nectar just by one queen, to small colonies with several queens or one queen and a group of workers which are not fertilized females, and with some drones. We're observing here two specimens of Crabronidae wasps, Weevil, observing cuckoo bee, cuckoo wasp of Vespa, this one Crabronidae wasp, and this is sweet bee. One wasp is just sitting under the lid separately. I show you. One is coming back because one bigger wasp is very active. I just collected her today, so she's running around everywhere. Stopping just only near honey. So this is a piece of honey, some drops of honey. So wasps and bees were feeding on honey. Honey from honeybees, for sure. Okay. Wait a minute. Some magnification. So this is a digger wasp of family Crabronidae. Hello Tess, what is your home, city and country? We have visitors from Ukraine, from USA, from London, from Hungary. What else? Write greetings in chat. Chat, this is a special place to send entomological and biology greetings. I'm entomologist, I'm studying insects, I'm studying parasitoids, parasitic wasps, which are killing another insects. That's why they are named parasitoids. If insects not killing another host, just making it as a food, it can be predator, immediately killing and feeding on it, or it can be parasite, developing inside, but parasitoids are usually killing the host, developing inside the host, developing on the host as ectoparasitoids, endoparasitoids, endoparasitoids inside host, larvae of parasitoid, but this is a predatory wasp of family Crabronidae. She's sitting, a little bit nervous, but feeding on drop of honey, licking honey. I need to close the lid because she's very active to prevent escape, for sure. As you understood, this is one tiny Chrysididae or cocoa wasp, family Chrysididae. Test didn't write the name with home country. If you write home country, which is friendly to Ukraine, write your home country. This is unfriendly country. I will delete the name in the chat. Okay, let's look for another cage. Yes, as I was talking about our lovely bumblebee. Our bumblebee is still feeding on honey. Queen is still happy to feed on honey. She was very hungry. Bogdan, actually, are you young boy, young student, or just adult with certain age? It's quite interesting. What is your age? If you like insects and you enjoy my video. Right, are you young or you just relatively old age? It's quite interesting. I'm not quite sure who is watching my video. Young students, kids, or adults. Some for sure adults, because I'm talking with some people from America and they're asking very serious questions. Yesterday in stream we asked about farmers in Ukraine. American people asked, are still Ukrainian farmers harvesting some wheat, some maize, some sunflowers? And I said yes, despite present situation and very difficult circumstances, farmers are working despite all bloody attacks of our unfriendly neighbor, because we have Russia-Ukraine war. I cannot avoid talking about it. I cannot be resistible. Bogdan didn't understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about age of my viewers. As you can recognize, I can open the lid. Yes, I didn't close the cage and I show the cage open. What is about our caterpillar? Caterpillar is happy to be here, searching for food. I will give her different leaves, so she will find her host plants soon. Around bumblebee, Bombus terrestris is very happy about honey. Our huge artist. But I must be careful to close it because she's very happy to escape too. Searching for nectar. It's funny that people can scroll the screen of their smartphone permanently just during the evening and night time. So that's why stream with insects can be surprising, I guess so. Okay, next box is coming. Next box with new insects are coming. Sorry, it's closed by the lid. I can change the lid maybe. I'm not quite sure. I can open the lid. One wasp is escaped, so I put it back. Sorry about it. I changed the lid. So this is not so perfect focus. Okay, now it's better. I changed plastic lid to show better view. It was not so transparent, by the way. Now we are observing some flowers and some wasps. Unfortunately, one honeybee died in the center, but here we have different wasps. And who are these wasps? No problem, Богдан, no problem. Какого возраста вы, Богдан? Якого віку? Just interesting. So what's about insects here in this cage? This is quite interesting. So you can see here very slender creature in the center, which is running very fast. This is sand wasp of family Sphecidae, sand wasp of a genus Ammophila. Ammophila, very funny, very interesting wasp. Why she's interesting? Because she has interesting behavior. Different species were developing in different time. So this one probably developing in autumn, late summer. I can show by brush. Sand wasp. Ammophila, this one. Very slender body. Thread twisted sand wasp. Thread twisted sand wasp. Someone is buzzing, trying to escape. Who is buzzing? someone. So the thread twisted sand wasp of genus Ammophila. What she is searching for? This wasp is not social, this wasp is solitary. This wasp is digging the hole and bringing caterpillars. Caterpillars, as I showed you with our bumblebee, this type of caterpillars. This wasp is attacking, paralyzing caterpillar and bringing to the cavity, to the nest, to provide her offspring with food, caterpillar. Okay, we have here this wasp of genus Paravespula. This is Paravespula family, Vespidae. And we have here this paper wasp. So Vespidae, this one, and this is yellwojacket. This is yellwojacket wasp. Very active, very quick, and more aggressive than others. And this long-legged wasp is paper wasp of genus Polistes. Question, funny question. Social wasps are more related to bees than parasitoids. Yes, I guess so, because they have some kind of asociality. Parasitoids were usually solitary. They can be gregarious, but they are not social. Gregarious when they are living together, but they are not making colony. But they have also sometimes asocial behavior. They can help each other sometimes. For instance, some parasitoids of bees, they have some kind of social behavior. So that's why we can say that social wasps more related to bees than parasitoids. But parasitoids are very different, because parasitoids, they can be egg parasitoids, larval parasitoids, nymphal parasitoids, pupal parasitoids, and adult parasitoids, and also solitary, one individual in the host, and gregarious, several individuals in the host, and also there can be multiple parasitation when several species can be developing in one host, like caterpillar, and we have some kind of competition between species of parasitoids. Wasps were feeding on nectar, so that's why our Ammophila is trying to search for nectar in the flower. And I didn't give them a drop of honey yet in this cage, so that's why she's trying to dig inside the flower. So you can recognize the thread twisted shape of abdomen, very slender abdomen, which is perfect for paralyzation of caterpillar. She's hunting for caterpillar, paralyzing caterpillar, and bringing caterpillar to the nest, either flying or just taking it on the road and bringing it to parasitoids. Social behavior. Okay, I can say example of social behavior of parasitoids. For example, social behavior parasitoids. When some parasitoids are emerging from the pupa of wild solitary bee, they can be sitting inside special cavity, which is done by the soil. So it's quite difficult to penetrate the soil. So that's why they're sitting in the closed cage. in a closed tunnel which is closed by sand or just soil. So that's why parasitoids, they're making exit holes. But they're making exit holes not one by one, but they're making exit holes all together. So that's surprising behavior of genus Meletobia, family Eolophidae. So they're catching small pieces of soil one by one. Meletobia are gregarious parasitoids. Maybe more than 100 parasitoids can be emerged from one pupa larva of bee. So that's why tiny Meletobia, just 1 millimeter size, are chewing the soil one by one with the soil or even plastic sometimes. Chewing with soil one by one, and cavity just exit holes increasing much faster than if everyone can make a hole one by one. So when we received one exit hole through the tunnel, through the soil, they will escape immediately all together. All 100 small tiny parasitoids, gregarious Meletobia, will be escaping from one hole. But I'm not quite sure that parasitoids can show social behavior during their hunting. They can make some kind of smell, like pheromone smell, so they can attract each other if host is B1. If host is B1, one escaped. Sorry about it. Sorry. One Paravespula escaped. I needed to put it back because she's flying very well. Okay, so you have recognized that in this case we have solitary wasp of genus Ammophila, this big one, the biggest one, small wasp. One is escaping again. This cage is not closed very well. She's stinging me. She's stinging me. Alright, I closed the lid perfectly. This one is Paravespula, Ammophila, and Polistes. Polistes, this one. Yes, I got stung a little bit on my thumb. A little bit, as usual. What's about our bumblebee? Our bumblebee is happy, is already crowning around. Still feeding on honey. I can open the lid. She's buzzing. She's buzzing, saying I want to escape because I became stronger and I well fed. Now I can escape. Sorry, I will not open the lid. I know you want to escape because you are well fed and now not hungry, not thirsty. But I can show you for some of our visitors. Sorry, I need to close you. Because now you can escape very easily. You became more active, more powerful. Codycox, what is your home country? What is your home country, Codycox? Write feedback in chat. Everyone is introducing your home country. Codycox, what is your home country? After this big okay, now we have our friends. Many paper wasps are coming. You're already familiar with these wasps. They're sitting here in cage. These are paper wasps. They're well fed. There are some drones, there are some males and females. Drones are males and females are queens. Some new queens and some workers. Queens have been mated with drones, so we're expecting to hibernate soon, somewhere underground when we release them to the nature. But now they're our artists to show you behavior of wasps, to show how we're hiding, how we're working, how we're mating, how we're flying, and that we are not so aggressive and they can sting but not very painfully. Write in comments if you have seen these wasps at home, near your building, in a village, in your garden, somewhere on tree, or just on the roof, under the roof of your apartment, or just your building. We are making quite often this type of nests under the roof, in the garage, some empty boxes, and I collected them in empty beehive without frames. We just enjoy very much big empty beehive. We created just these 2 plates of cellulose nest. We are predators, we are social wasps, and we are making paper nest from cellulose. And we are not very aggressive, but it depends from species, because different species can be more aggressive and less, and they have different venom as well. Some kind of venoms can be more painful rather than another one, and people can be more resistant, less resistant. It's also very individual. But of course it depends from the species of different paper wasps, because in different continents, in different countries, many different species of paper wasps are living. Okay, I give honey for some of my I gave them some honey as well, so we're happy about honey. Box is closed with a glass lid, so we are not escaping. We are able to escape, but we are enclosed. Try to make better focus of their faces. These are Polistes wasps, paper wasps of genus Polistes. Okay, these are social wasps, and I promised to show you some parasitoids. So these parasitoids are coming. Parasitoids in a cage, like this one. Parasitoids are very tiny, and these parasitoids were collected, they just hatched from caterpillar. So you can recognize here very small insects. Who are these insects? These insects are family Braconidae, gregarious parasitoids. So you can recognize here something strange like bird drops. It looks like that, but it's bird drops. This is a remnants of a caterpillar with exit hole. I can make. This is a caterpillar which has been eaten by larvae of parasitoids. And these are tiny parasitoids which hatched from caterpillar, and caterpillar died. These are also remnants. Larvae came out from caterpillar, created some cocoons, many cocoons you see here. These are bunches of cocoons, maybe about 20 cocoons, because they are gregarious parasitoids, making parasitism in groups. In one caterpillar, about 15 millimeters, 20 or 30 parasitoids developed, and all of them just hatched all together. You see here, we belong to family Braconidae. You see we have wings, long antennae, and their size about 4 millimeters, 4 millimeters, very tiny. These are larval parasitoids of caterpillars. I think of family Noctuidae or Cercerisidae. I'm not quite sure, because using these remnants, difficult to identify caterpillar. Practically just only empty shell of caterpillar, looks like birds dropping, and empty cocoons of these tiny parasitoids with open holes, open cocoons. You see here some exit holes. These are parasitoids. So many of them. Very important part of ecological system. We have a high biodiversity, and they belong to different families and different superfamilies. Now these are parasitoids, or family Braconidae. Lovely bumblebee coming back. And our other wasps are feeding as well. So we have, yes, you see here, thread-twisted wasp, or sand wasp. Ammophila has very long mandibles, very long abdomen and very long mandibles, which are used to catch the caterpillar, to kill caterpillar. Once she's using mandibles for self-protection, kind of competition for food. Here we see Ammophila and Polistes were feeding on a drop of honey. And Ammophila is not happy to share the honey. I cannot open the lid because Paravespula is trying to escape. We have 47 visitors at the moment. People can write what is your home country. What country did you come from to this chat? You can write, have you ever seen this type of wasps? They're quite common in garden, in orchard. They're common on the roads, especially on ground roads in village. But they're collected in a city, so they can be collected in city as well. They can find their small habitats. Not happy. just buzzing. Polistes is grooming, cleaning the antenna and head. Ammophila is trying to take it off using open mandibles. And tongue is longer than Polistes' tongue. He's using strong mandibles for self-protection and for competition for food. That's obviously because this kind of wasp is feeding on juice, sweet juice, on nectar, and so on. This is a lucky case to test the honey. That's why this is a kind of competition for food. I can try to take off one wasp and show you. No, they finished. I take off this Paravespula because she's too active and disturbing our other wasps, and she can sting, so I'm careful. I just open the lid to show you better. This is Ammophila. Which is just feeding on honey. Big Ammophila wasp. And I can see here she's not. She's protecting the source of honey. We're observing thread-waisted sand wasp of family Sphecidae, belonging to genus Ammophila, which is usually hunting for caterpillars. And she's sitting just in a jar and feeding on a drop of honey. Like she likes sugar, nectar, and honey. She's using her mouth parts, her proboscis, and she's licking honey. If new visitors are coming to our stream, write what is your home country. Write in chat greetings. Where are you from? Are you from Ukraine or neighboring countries, or from English-speaking countries or others? This is interesting to have chat, communication with audience. Otherwise people are watching but not talking at all. Write in chat, where are you? So you see so long abdomen of this wasp. She's very funny. It's quite difficult to find this wasp and to see this wasp, because she's usually running around on the ground, on the soil. She's very fast, she's very quick, and she's running to search for her prey, because she's predatory wasp. She's searching for caterpillars. She needs to find caterpillar approximately the same sizes. She needs to paralyze caterpillar and bring the caterpillar to her nest, to her hole in the ground, because she's living underground in the hole. She's making a tunnel, and she's bringing several caterpillars to lay eggs on caterpillar, and her offspring, her larvae, will be feeding on caterpillars underground in tiny tunnels underground. So that's why her behavior is really unique. And they are very fast, very quick, and difficult to observe them because they are running somewhere between the grasses on soil, and they are practically invisible. So if you have seen them, you're lucky, but they can sting, but they're usually afraid of you. They're very afraid of you because they need to save their life for their offspring. They need to survive. We need to fly away and to complete her nest as quickly as possible, to lay eggs and to bring new caterpillars to finish her nest underground. That's why she has no social behavior of nest protection. She is usually very careful. Hello, Sarah. Today we have visitors from USA, Hungary, Ukraine. I forgot, Sarah, what is your state? From Texas or Pennsylvania? We're observing the wasp of genus Ammophila, hunter for caterpillar. This is a real caterpillar hunter, which can paralyze caterpillar very easily and can bring it to her nest underground. We open the cage, so we show it without lid. She's busy because she's licking honey. And I want to show you just wasp outside. Some people ask me to keep wasp in my hands, so that's why I'm keeping. This is a male, not a male, sorry. This is a queen, which can bite me, but I'm resistant. So, but Ammophila is not happy about Polistes, will be angry. Ammophila is just on flowers. Ammophila is happy to be fed on honey. Okay, I need to close it with a lid, I guess. She's trying to search for some nectar. So you see how she's beautiful. Chivalry fits what is your home city and country. Sarah is from USA, and Farseer, what is your home country? Well, this is a sand wasp, family Sphecidae, which is hunting for caterpillars. And this is wasp, family Vespidae, in my hands, which is hunting on my fingers. Sand wasp is flying very well. So finally I need to use lead to prevent escape. Okay, I can show you finally Polistes. I can show you the sting. She will be trying to sting me. So you can recognize that this is a male or female. So you look around the abdomen. She has a sting or not sting? She has a sting. Because this is a queen. I know that she can sting, but she's not very painful. At least this species, Polistes dominulus, is not very painful. I have been stung several times, but at least pain is lasted for 10-15 minutes or 5 minutes, not longer. But this is for Polistes. Paravespula is stinging much more painfully. And you see the queen is not even trying to sting me. If she stings me, I tell you. So you can recognize her sting. Yes, no gloves. What is your home country? USA. What is the state? We had visitors from Arizona, Alabama, California, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Florida. What is your home city and state? Chivalry. Yes, no gloves. DC. Near Washington, D.C. Lovely. So Washington, D.C. near White House. We had some visitors in Ukraine. Some politics were coming to Ukraine. So some events are going around Ukraine. But some Americans are coming here as entomologists and beekeepers as well. Last year we had a beekeeper from state of Washington near western part of states, near Vancouver. So some beekeepers, some American entomologists are really courageous to visit Ukraine even in wartime. So, but this species, Polistes dominulus, is not aggressive in Ukraine, and she's not making too much damage to honeybees. We can just irritate beekeepers, we can irritate honeybees, but I'm not quite sure that we can steal honey. We cannot steal honeybees as well, because they are not so powerful, they are not strong to kill honeybees. We can kill some larvae, some small flies, some caterpillars, but they will not attack honeybees for sure. And they will not steal the honey because honeybees will not allow them to come inside the beehive. They are not very active. They are slightly lazy. We can steal honey during harvesting time maybe, when beehives have been open, but not in ordinary situation. Funny question about giant Asian hornet. I have Asian hornet, but only in collection, only dry one. I have not been stung by European hornet or small Asian hornet or giant hornet, fortunately. I visited Japan several times, but I have not seen even giant hornet in Japan. Surprisingly, I have been working near rice fields and in a forest, but I have not seen at once in different cities giant Asian hornet in Japan, because agriculture in Japan is very much sophisticated. Everywhere people are using insecticides, and everything is sophisticatedly arranged and everything carefully done. So that's why if someone can find Asian hornet nest in Japan, it can be eliminated during a couple of days. In a park, in a forest, near a rice field, or near the house. So you see, paper Wasp Polistes trying to bite me. Not very happy about it. I have some collection of isopods, wood lices, in special culture. I had my lovely pet dog, but no, I don't have him now, unfortunately. My lovely animal was a pet, lovely dog, which assisted me in many videos. You can watch it on my channel, My Dog With Me, when I created many videos about animals, about insects. So only wood lices or roly-polies. I have a culture of roly-polies, can show it later, but they are not so aggressive as wasps. You can recognize this wasp is trying to bite me, but she's not stinging me. Maybe some giant centipede are dangerous in the tropics. If you are searching for some adventures, if you're searching for some scorpions, if you're searching for some giant hornets to be stung, you can be stung. If you are careful about them, if you avoid some danger and some unnecessary adventures, you can be lucky, don't meet them at all. Like in Ukraine we have European hornet in the nature, but if you are not entomologist, if you are not beekeeper, usually people never observe never observe European hornet, because they live in hidden places, somewhere far away from humans. I'm showing behavior of queen of paper wasp. This is a paper wasp of genus Polistes. I show that she is not aggressive. She is not stinging me so much, and I'm resistant to her sting. She's not aggressive like honeybee, like a hornet. She's trying to sting me, but not successfully. So you see. And finally I can show you some hornets, but not live, but in collection. I can put this wasp back with my fingers, so you can recognize I keep it in my fingers. Without gloves I can put it back, coming back. We're observing now paper wasps of genus Polistes. They're sitting in a cage. So today we had the opportunity to watch for bumblebees, some solitary bees, some social bees, and some solitary and social wasps. And also we watched for some parasitoids. I showed you some parasitoids of family Braconidae. I had some hornets in my culture several years ago when I collected hornets, when I just eliminated one nest. Maybe for 1 month I recorded behavior of hornets at my balcony, at my kitchen and my balcony. So I have just many of them dry in collection. But not now. Now we have just war in Ukraine. It's time limited for traveling around in the forest. It's prohibited to come to forest. So that's why observations for nature and for insects, entomological observations are limited in a wartime, because many places are mined and it's very dangerous to come to forest, and it's prohibited. I guess this species is Polistes, not Podolonia. Maybe Dominodus, I'm not quite sure. I'm not expert on Polistes. We don't have expert on Polistes in Ukraine. I have some spiders in my kitchen, but we are living in natural conditions. I do not breed them. I have one friend who is breeder of spiders, who had a huge collection, about 30 species and maybe 200 specimens in his collection. He is living near Kyiv, but unfortunately his collection of spiders has been destroyed during first month of Russia-Ukraine war. His house was partially blown up. His collection had been frozen in a springtime. You remember war started in February, so all spiders died in a cold temperature. So now he's not keeping spiders, I guess. He has another business. I'm specializing on parasitic wasps. Parasitic wasps of family Trichogrammatidae, Mimaridae, and some others, Eolophidae, Calcid wasp, superfamily Calcidoidea, especially on family Trichogrammatidae. Trichogramma is the most important biological control agent, egg parasitoids of different moths and caterpillars, especially used for biological control of agricultural pests like corn moth and others, tomato moth, and so on. So that's why I'm specializing on tiny egg parasitoids which have size about 0 millimeters to 1 millimeter. The smallest parasitoid has size 0.3 millimeter. Egg parasitoids of thrips, tiny megaphragma parasitoids. Yes, trichogramma parasitoids are reared and bred for biological control, for pest control in Ukraine. So I'm making identification of these species. Using my microscope, using my photo camera, so I identify different species which are used for breeding in biological control laboratories, and were bred and mass released for biological control of corn moths on mice plantations in Ukraine. Even now, in wartime, some places are available for biological control, even in this crazy situation of Russia-Ukraine war. Because people are still planting crops, planting maize, planting soybeans, cabbages, melons, watermelons, potato, sunflowers, and people can use some apples, fruits, vegetables, cucumbers, pumpkins. People are planting these crops and harvesting them. And in some cases on corn, people are using biological control methods for pest control. And people are planting as well wheat in some places in South Ukraine, in the central part of Ukraine. One Polistes escaped, so I can show you. Okay, I have two individuals escaped, so I collected one. Second one is somewhere on my table. I cannot find. Somewhere. Okay, anyway. I'm going to show you my fingers and other individuals, maybe more aggressive than before. Yes, she's showing sting. She can show the sting. This is another individual, maybe more aggressive, so you can recognize the sting. But I still has not been stung. Her sting is not so strong to penetrate my skin. But sometimes we can do. As I said, it's not very painful for this species. I guess this is probably Polistes dominodus, but I'm not quite sure. Someone is asking about communal spider species. Yes, I have seen some publications about it, but they're distributed somewhere in tropics, especially in somewhere in Australia. They're making huge nests on a field. So they're in a field or with some trees. So really some tropical species of spiders are strange and very funny. It's quite so they can collect even some birds, some communal spider species, that's right. But some species in Australia, I'm quite sure, species of spiders, They have a huge size too. And I guess maybe not all of them well studied, because governmental research on insects and vertebrates is limited. Entomology, this is a science about insects, and there are a lot of different groups of insects. About 1 million insect species names of insects I expected, even more. But not all groups are well studied. Some groups in tropics, and not only in tropics, are weakly studied, and it needs lifetime for correct identification of some species, for collecting excellent collections, for study type material in museums, for visits museums, and for scientific publications. And so far so good. It depends from time, activity, and different possibilities. Now some Ukrainian entomologists are working abroad because of war, but I'm not emigrated. I guess some people do not return back. For sure, unfortunately, because they can be mobilized. Maybe some old entomologists who emigrated can return back, but some young people who will not return. So I said, not all insects are studied very well, so that's why it needs lifetime for correct insect identification of some groups. Did you hear the sign, the signal? This is a signal of air alert about possible drones attack, missiles attack. Nobody knows what's going on. It's sign, this is a message on smartphone: go to the shelter. Go to the shelter, hide to the shelter. It's good to have such sign, such signal, but unfortunately it's a long way to go to the shelter. And if there are several such signals during the day, you have no time, no way, an opportunity to go to the shelter at midnight. Everyone is still staying at home and hope for fortune, for good fortune, for survival without any damage. And people are trusting to the army, trusting to our anti-missile systems, missile system, anti-aircraft system. So all drones, all ballistic missiles hopefully will be shut down if they will fly. Unfortunately, during the latest several days, several weeks, on some nights we had from 40 to 60 to 100 drones were flying in the air against Ukraine from the Russian side. So it's difficult. Sarah, hey, what do you want to say? You say hello. What's going on in Washington, D.C., Sarah? What's about the weather? It's English people asking about weather. How is the weather in Washington, D.C.? Weather in Kyiv, capital of Ukraine, is now more or less well. After 1 month drought, we had two days with rain, heavy rain, and with storm, with thunder. 2 days of thunder, very noisy, like explosions. But fortunately it was only thunder, not explosions. But some days when the Russians sent to us 50 drones. We had real explosions. And it's really strange to hear such explosions in 4 p.m. or 4 a.m. 4 hours in morning time. So this sign, a dangerous situation gone. So go out of shelter. So probably drones have been shut down or coming to another place, not to our city. You're observing strange queen of paper wasp of the genus Polistes. I see. Weather is changeable. Now it's already autumn time, so right, weather is changing so much because of autumn. So I can keep it in my fingers, as you can recognize. I keep in left hand because of from right is so you can recognize sting. So she has sting. You were thinking she has no sting. No, she has sting. Yes, she has sting. Very good one. Anyway, it's going down. So you see, I use it my fingers. Now you're observing the colony of paper wasp. Yes, wasp trying. Some wasps tried to sting me in my nail, but unsuccessfully. And I can show you one male, for instance, which is not stinging, but has a very nice male genitalia. Right. I'm not sure. Maybe this is a male. This is another individual from the cage. So we can recognize this as a male or female. So watch, yes, this is a male. So male has two horns on the top of body. Two horns. She's trying to sting me with two horns, but this is not a sting. This is not a real sting. It looks like a sting, but this is a male genitalia with two horns and one more, with three horns. This is a male. Male is not stinging. Male is not able to sting. You see, sometimes you can feel that this is like a needle is coming from the top of body. but this is not sting, so not very sharp. I can use the just very quickly, but sometimes in focus. So if you are not resistant to wasp and bees venom, do not try to repeat the same experiments as I did. So do not try to repeat such kind of adventures. Yes, that's very funny. Yes, the male is trying to mate with my fingers. That's right. So he's trying to protect himself, not to impregnate. He's trying to protect, because if she can use his male genitalia as a tiny needle, it can be a little bit painful. It can be a little bit surprisingly like a needle. So you can recognize this. This is a needle. So maybe this is a stinger. So that's why this is very sophisticated way of self-protection, to have a male genitalia with 3 horns, which looks like stinger. So this is perfect way for self-protection. Finally, I can show you some big wasps. Just try to show you. Okay, go back to the cage. Go back to the cage from okay. Finally, I show some dangerous hornets which came to States last year. And these are small Asian hornets, not giant hornets. Giant hornets I have in another place, but this is small Asian hornet which came to Europe and which came to United States as well. It was found in the United States in the state of Georgia last year. 2 hornets' nests have been eliminated by USA Department of Agriculture in autumn time, but nobody knows if they escaped successfully and survived or not, because in autumn time some queens already are coming out of nests, so maybe some queens survived and can make new nests in this summer. But I have not seen yet publications and videos from USA about small Asian hornet infestation. Maybe all disinfection against these hornets, all measures were successful. But nobody knows. They successful. Sorry, so no voice. If you're firstly visiting my channel, press like, press subscribe, and this is small Asian hornet, Vespa velutina, nigrothorax. Small Asian hornets which came from Southeast Asia and distributed widely in France, Spain, Portugal, South Italy, Belgium, United Kingdom, even was found in center of Germany near Frankfurt. This is a scientific collection, and these specimens came to collection from France. Very dangerous species for beekeeping industry. Ricardo, what is your home country? Italy. Ricardo, what is your home country? Italy. Have you seen some hornets at home? Have you seen some paper wasps like this at home? Are you afraid of wasps? Are you hating wasps? If you have seen some wasps like small Asian hornets, they try to take photo and send it to my email for identification. It will be interesting to know about new distribution, new places of distribution of small Asian hornet in Europe. If we come into Ukraine, it will be first record of this species, because sooner or later it will be recorded in Ukraine. If you can take photo or can catch small Asian hornet with unusual color, black color, try to catch, freeze it in a freezer, keep it in a glass tube as dry individual and send it to our institute, to Kyiv, Institute of Zoology, National Academy of Sciences in Kyiv, Ukraine, for identification, for confirmation. Who is this species? If you have suspicious hornet, send it to our laboratory for identification. Если вам попадутся необычные шершни в Украине черного цвета, можете их заморозить в морозильнике и прислать сухой экземпляр или в спирте для точного определения в лабораторию энтомологии на мое имя, для определения, что это за шершень появился в вашей местности. Вполне возможно, что рано или поздно малый азиатский шершень будет зарегистрирован в той или иной местности в Украине. И это будет первая находка малого азиатского шершня по латыни Vespa velutina, nigrothorax или другой подвид. Так что фиксируйте шершня странной окраски. Используйте новую почту и мою почту, и мою электронную почту для коммуникации, для определения, что же это за шершни живут около вас, если они какие-то необычные. А мы смотрим обычных оспалистов. Ricardo, okay, we have visitor Ricardo from Brazil. Okay, very nice. We had some visitors from distant areas. We had visitors from Australia, from Thailand, from Hawaii. Today we have a visitor from Brazil. What is the place in Brazil? Brazil is really huge. From Colombia to Paraguay, from Venezuela to Uruguay and Argentina. Huge area from Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. What is your place in Brazil? Do you have strange, huge wasps in Brazil? I am quite sure some wasps in Brazil are very poisonous. They have a lot of very dangerous venoms. If some wasps are big size, they can be very poisonous. These wasps are not very poisonous because they have small size, 15 millimeters, but big tropical species of wasps are really very poisonous. Their venom can be very dangerous, very allergic. People can be very sensitive. But also some Africanized bees are very dangerous in Brazil. These species, they have venoms, but their venom is not very dangerous. You can see as I kept some females in my fingers, and it was not very dangerous. But tropical species are dangerous. These are more or less docile, very peaceful, I would say. But tropical species of wasp are very aggressive, very poisonous. Oh, poisonous venomous. Right, venomous, I can say. This species is not so dangerous. So we are watching Polistes wasps, paper wasps. We have our big bumblebee in the cage. I can show you our bumblebee, which is peaceful as well. But I must be very careful about wasps, because they like to use some cavities, some open places to can escape quite easily. So I opened the lid of the cage with my bumblebee. So you can recognize very peaceful bumblebee, Bombus terrestris, which is feeding on honey. Size 2 centimeters, nearly 1 inch. But she is well fed now, so she became stronger and can escape very easily. Because I use light, she can be irritated by light. This is a ground bumblebee, Bombus terrestris. It's hard to keep wasps, because it depends from species to species. It needs to be careful to keep wasps. It needs very careful observation. Yes, you can recognize. Bumblebee want to escape. She's not very happy to be in a closed cage. She can use any opportunity to escape. Sorry about it, I need to use the lid because she was fed very well and now becoming more active, same as caterpillar. Bumblebee will not attack caterpillar, only just by case, just occasionally. Today we had visitors from United States, from Hungary, from Ukraine, from Brazil. What other countries are present in our viewers? Who is watching us? You can write in comments. We are observing bumblebee, queen bumblebee. Probably not fertilized, because usually after fertilization, bumblebee queen is hiding somewhere underground. Very quickly, immediately hiding underground for hibernation. So this one is not hibernating yet, so she has not been impregnated. She has not been mated yet. Only feeding on flowers. And this is not worker, this is a queen. Oh, very funny question about mantis. Right. I have mantis, but this will be another stream about feeding behavior of mantis. I finish this one because I need to recharge my camera and I can start another video with mantis, which is feeding on some insects. This will be another video, can be funny, very interesting and entertaining. But this video was about bees, about wasps, about parasitoids. Thank you for watching, thank you for coming. Thank you for curiosity. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, welcome to subscribe. Welcome to visit my Patreon page for sponsorship. Welcome to visit sponsor link on YouTube. It's also great fun. If you want to spend a couple dollars as sponsor, just press on like sponsor on YouTube. It's a pleasant feedback. And don't forget to support Ukraine. Don't forget, support Ukraine. Don't forget, help to Ukraine. Don't forget, stand with Ukraine. I'm streaming this video from Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. Yes, she's trying to escape. Ricardo, you didn't write your home city. My home city is Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. What is your home city, Ricardo? Brazil is huge. Are you living close to Venezuela or close to Paraguay or close to Argentina? Where you are from? Thank you for curiosity and interest in insects. Don't forget supporting my channel, subscribe to my channel. Stand with Ukraine, support Ukraine, help to Ukraine, and Ukraine will win. Marcus, what is your home country? We are watching insects. We are watching bumblebees and wasps. Now bumblebee queen is trying to escape. Thank you for watching. Best greetings from Kyiv, capital of Ukraine. See you soon on my channel. See you soon in my new streams. Bye bye.